Hey Nana, it's your granddaughter Hannah, Kim's daughter, and I want to show you some videos from all of your family just talking about all the good times that everyone has had because of you over many, many years. The love and comfort that you have brought to other people's life is evident in the conversations I've had with them. It's truly a blessing to be your granddaughter and have you in my life, and I know that others feel the same. So now it's your turn to receive our love and watch these movies anytime you feel alone and know that you aren't. You have many people in your life that love you very much, and I am one of them. I hope that you're having a good day, and I hope that this video will brighten your day even more. I love you.
Hi, Mom. I've been thinking about all the good times we've had together over our lives and remembering especially all the beach trips and vacations we've been on, and such sweet memories for me and for Hannah, and I so appreciate that. And then, of course, I got to thinking about the bad times too. And I just want you to know that when I was so sick, you told me that God had let you know that I was going to live. And I took tremendous comfort and courage and strength in that, because the prayers of a righteous person availeth much, and I knew that. And I thank you for that. It's my goal to give you comfort and courage and strength as you're going through tough times too. I love you so much.
I get to see the best in her because my kids just brighten her day. And my little girl gives her the biggest hugs, and like she's just a new person. So I'm really lucky that when I'm around, she is on her best behavior.
Only child is marked through.
Big what? Brother? Big brother? Oh.
He's going to be a big brother.
What do you mean?
Oh! 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 Oh!
Hey, good morning, Jean. This is your favorite sister, Martha, who lives in Dunlap. Now, that is your favorite sister, but I just happen to live in Dunlap. I'm supposed to be telling the great things I remember about you, and I can honestly say there's so many great things. You were very instrumental in my life. One of the things that, when I think about Eugene, is your kindness and your mercifulness and your willingness to forgive. You have set an amazing example before all of us. I think of all the girls, your personality is most like Dad's. And of course, we loved and revered both of our parents, but Dad was able to always prefer peace and was a great example of goodness and kindness and mercy. And I think you are very much like that. You sort of had your own bedroom when we were very little. I can remember that this was called Jean's room, and it was there where later became the kitchen dining area. That was Jean's bedroom when I was very little. And as I pondered that, I thought, well, I guess if you're the only girl with 4 brothers, then of course you get the privilege of your own room, at least until the rest of us came and messed that up for you. So that was funny, and that's a very big contrast to where we wound up later when you've moved back home with Kim, and all 5 girls were in that big bedroom in the front, along with Kim's baby bed. And that's pretty hysterical to think about. Your coming back to live with us was a great addition to Linda and Judy's wardrobe, because you had to go to work before they went to school, and they got home before you got home. So they could sneak a few items out of your working wardrobe, wear it to school, and I guess a sniff test was the only way you could find out just exactly what had happened. You were so great to take us places. After you moved back home, you were the church treasurer and secretary, and you took us to church and Sunday school very faithfully almost every Sunday. And then at night, you would take Joy and I to Kelly's Chapel. You would drop us off, then you would go to Bobby and Marie's and have coffee and come back and pick us up later. And you did that for several years. That was a very fun time of my life, and I so appreciate that. You also took us places. I can remember so many times going to Shoney's to eat and having hot fudge cake.
We've had many, many beautiful moments together, and I want to thank you for each and every one of them. We've had sister trips and everything that was just wonderful. I can say that you have been a motivation in my life to be to go with Jesus, to read my Bible, to do lots of different things. But the fondest memories is the trips we made, the boo-boos that happened, like Donnie put regular gas in the van that we rented in, I think it was England. But I loved the memories of England, Austria, Germany, everything. We have had a wonderful life together, and I want you to know that I appreciate you. I love you.
Hey, Jean. Just thinking about some of the great times and memories we've had together, from sharing a duplex on Signal View in Red Bank when you first moved to Chattanooga, and just had some good times there together. We went lots of places on your boat, up and down the river, just wore Nickajack out. And we would sometimes take the boat, or y'all would take the boat, we'd go with you, and go up into Nickajack Cave and play Dean Martin tapes. We had great times, lots of laughs, and really enjoyed each other. Took lots of trips together too, from England to Italy to Virginia, San Diego, the beach, just so many trips. We've been so blessed to be able to do that, enjoy each other's company. Just wonderful. I had lots of shopping trips, those weekly shopping trips. Whew, wore us out, but they were great. We had lots of laughs and lots of whoops on those too. So I'm just thankful for you. I'm thankful for the sweet and happy memories that you've provided in my life. I love you.
You had I think it's a Chevrolet made little white Corvair, and so you worked with me, teaching me to drive. And a funny memory I think you and I can share is when you got that little Corvair, we still lived on a dirt road. And in the winter, over there in front of Luke Thacker's house, it was very wet, and that little car would sink up to the axles trying to get through all the mud that was over there. That's just a hysterical memory to me. You were the one who took me to the doctor when I had a biopsy and found out that I had breast cancer. Of course, I was passed out, so I don't remember much about that, except that I do remember you had the honors that day, which also makes me remember about the time you were telling me about Kim being born. And I was sitting, you lived at 109 Signal View Drive. I was sitting there at the kitchen table one Saturday morning, and you were telling me about that, and it just overwhelmed me, and I passed out in the floor with the details. That was a funny thing. We could write, the Roberts family could write a book about their passing out deals, that's for sure. I moved in with Jean when I graduated from high school and shared a bedroom with Kim. And I remember one time I was getting ready to go out. I had a date, I have no idea who it was with. But anyway, I was worried about how I looked and asked, well, how do I look? And Kim said, well, it's not how you look that counts, it's how you act. So that's just a reflection of your upbringing toward Kim, Jean. You were always so encouraging and comforting, and always wanted the best. The wonderful, wonderful times we had toward the end of Mom's life when she needed more care. I would come down every Thursday, and you and I would plan some kind of working project or baking. Sometimes we worked in the yard. Sometimes we had crafts. But we had just many, many, many years of Thursdays together, and what a wonderful time we had. And we fried a lot of bacon because that was our favorite lunch. And we had a BLT and Lay's potato chips, and that went on for many years, and we had a very blessed time during those years. My oldest daughter is named Jennifer, and that is after Eugene. We sometimes teasingly called you Jennifer as a nickname. And so when I found out I was going to have a daughter, I wanted to name her Jennifer, and I wrote in her baby book that she was named after you. But anyway, you are a wonderful sister, and I just cherish every moment that we've had to share in our lives. I love you so much. You are precious.
my sister took them out to like the best dessert shop in all of San Diego. You can get whatever you want. They've got so much stuff. And they're trying to figure out what they want, all 5 of them. And of course, they're going to split things 2 or 3 ways each. So it's not like a one-off decision. And one of the aunties, I forget which, probably Aunt Linda, asked the young man behind the counter, which is your favorite? Which would you recommend? He's like, oh, I like the lemon cake. And so from start to end, they all order the lemon cake. They go down to eat it. They finish up. And they set their fork down. And Aunt Linda goes, I'm not saying that was bad, but I think I would have much preferred that cheesecake. And one by one, including Aunt Jean, said, I really wanted the cheesecake too, but I thought someone else might want the lemon cake, and I didn't want to deny them what they wanted. And so they all had something they didn't want.
Right.
Because none of them could just say, I want this. Is that okay?
If you remember, you were the first one, you and Bill and I went to Aunt Emma's to spend 2 weeks. And you introduced me to the beach. And it caught, honey, because I love the beach. And I remember on that trip, Bill got so burned, he couldn't sit down. But anyway, that was my first introduction to the beach, and it was wonderful. I think I was 10 years old. And we have been to the beach so many times and so many memories that is just absolutely wonderful. I've always said to everybody, Jean and Bill are the sweet ones. The rest of us just happened along.
They parked in a parking garage and couldn't find the car afterwards. And so they eventually just were walking around this parking garage, from one level to another, walking up and down it, and trying to, and succeeding at activating the car alarm. They'd walk a little way, turn it off, and just slowly figuring their way back to the car. And I think they found it in the end, but I don't know. There are 3 or 4 stories from that trip that are just truly classic.
We've been so blessed to enjoy years of good health and had so many fun sisters trips together. And so that's always a precious memory to think about that. Anyway, Jean has been sort of like my second mother, and I love you so much.
Hi, Aunt Jean. It's Julie, Joy's daughter, and I was just thinking about you and how much a part of my life you were, especially when I was growing up. We had dinner together almost every Sunday and almost every Wednesday. We went to church together, and I just remember you being such a sweet presence in my life, always so kind and gentle. You were the one when we got kicked out of our house in the middle of the night by skunks, who took us in and who washed all of our clothes for us when I was at school the next day. You let me stay with you many times while my parents were out of town and were kind of my caregiver. You even took care of me a few times when I was sick and my mom couldn't pick me up from school. So just grew up with you always in my life, always loving me. We love you so much, and I hope to get to see you soon. Bye.
Hi, Aunt Jean. My name is Hattie, and I'm named after your mom. And my mom is named Ashley Mountain, and my mom's mom is named Martha Austin. Bye.
Hi, Aunt Jean. My name is Morgan, and we got a dog for
my name is Carla, and I am Ashley Martin's daughter and the granddaughter of Martha Austin. And we had lunch with you at Grana's recently, and I just would like to thank you for coming and being there with us.
I know Aunt Jean would agree that you were the prettiest baby I ever laid eyes on. I can still remember them bringing you around when you were an infant, and you just were the prettiest thing I'd ever seen.
Oh.
So Hannah's the prettiest baby ever.
Very consistent, like, I'm surprised noise, like, oh. Just go on with that. That I also really remember.
Well, since I've had kids, that's like mostly the noise she makes when I'm around, because they're constantly doing something that makes her very nervous.
I'm so proud of how well my mother is handling this. It'll be a long time before we can just see that.
My children, often when they talk of Jean or ask about Jean, they hardly ever say Aunt Jean. They often say sweet Aunt Jean, and I guess that just says it all. Jean and I carried the stone, heavy stone, to them all day long. They helped many days, but in particular that was a really hard day. All my family did, and without my family we would not have been able to build this house. I appreciate them all.
One of the things that I love about Aunt Jean is just her giggle, and she's just always so generous with her smiles, and it's rare that I've ever seen her that she wouldn't say, "Now, how are you? How's Memphis?" She's always asking about my children, and I can't think of a big life event like a wedding or having a baby that she didn't celebrate us. And she's just always been someone that I know prays for me and loves my family and is just decidedly for me. And just to know that we have family and someone like Aunt Jean that's just so supportive has meant a lot throughout the years and given a lot of stability and just love in our family. So I'm just very thankful for her.
What'd you see there? Look at that.
It's sweet. How much family has always meant so much to her and how she's always gotten us so involved with, you know, I love how our family events are just like, you got to rent out like a whole venue for, you know.
When we were younger, Aunt Jean would occasionally come up and have dinner with us. And of course, Mom had 4 children. And Aunt Jean would just sit there and marvel at the amount of chaos going on. And she would say, "Now, Martha, you just need to get out a video recorder and you need to record this. This is amazing." I loved it.
Being on the loop in Whitwell, naturally, our house got sprayed overnight by a skunk. And we didn't know this, but we reeked to high heaven because, of course, you're asleep. You wake up, you're sensitized to the skunk smell. So we go to school. And then at some point, the middle school principal comes to high school. I was in high school at this time by 1 year, and taps me on the shoulder and is like, "You and your sister have to leave." So someone, I forget who picks us up, but they take us to Aunt Jean's where we have in the wash is a change of clothes that's being washed, by her at her place. We strip up and we shower, and she's just trying to make us feel better as humiliated teenagers that this is okay. We change into slightly less stinky clothes with our slightly less stinky bodies now. And at that time, my mother decides you have to go back. So we go back to school the same day to further fun. But Aunt Jean was so kind. All through growing up, really until I went away to college, pretty much every Sunday, we went over from church. We had a nice home-cooked meal with like 5 or 6 different people. I just remember Aunt Jean being a part of that in the kitchen, helping to cook, and then talking, with me and with them for hours about life afterwards for like 15 years. I just remember throughout my life, especially as I got older, moved away, I would come back and see her and others from time to time, and she was just always so kind and interested in what was going on with me. Very encouraging in that respect. And I always appreciated that about her. She seemed like the gentlest and most optimistic in many ways of the Roberts sisters. Much how Bill is the sweetest of all the children. Is what my mom always says.
Sweet Billy.
Sweet Bill.
And least likely to throw a prickle, a barb.
That's true.
I always appreciated too, Hannah, how well read your Nana was. She loved to read, and so she was always reading something very interesting, and just always could tell you what she was reading. And she read a lot of classics, and people who read have intelligent and interesting things to say.
Went to her house in Jasper, and y'all probably don't remember the house. Maybe Clark might.
Maybe.
But I thought it was the coolest, most wonderful house. I thought, she is the richest person I know, because it was
a spiral staircase.
They had a spiral staircase to the basement, and I thought, they're rich. They had the first phone that had the dialing, and y'all don't. This is all old stuff, girls. Y'all don't even know about phones.
They don't.
Dialed on the receiver, just like in Family Affair. Y'all don't know that show either, but it was on Family Affair, and I thought, oh, I will have arrived if I have one of those phones. And Aunt Jean had one. But I loved going to their house, and they invited us lots to go to the lake, and they had a shark boat. Do you remember the shark boat, anybody? It was a wooden boat. That
wasn't the white and orange one, was it?
No, it was a white boat, wooden, painted like a shark, and it had teeth in the front. Well, that was the boat I learned to ski on. She stayed with us, me and Lynn, when we lived in Murfreesboro. She lived with us when Kim was at Vanderbilt. I said, now what kind of towels do you like? And I set you out some towels. She said that the thinnest and the ones with the holes in it, that's what she liked, thin towels, okay? So she had exactly what she wanted every day. I had her thin towels set out for her to take a bath with. But we enjoyed being with her. We enjoyed talking with her. It's the first time I'd really got to be with her one-on-one, and it was just a special time. I know it was hard for her because she rode to work with me every day, and I'd drop her off at Vanderbilt to be with Kim, and then I'd pick her up in the evening. Oh, we loved it. We just looked forward to her coming. She was like a breath of fresh air. She and Dad said he was always really close with him. And she seems to always remember him. Always. Has to go see Bill. Has to go see Bill.
Yep.
And I just think that's so special. And it just touches my heart. And he thinks the same of her. He said, we were always close growing up. And I guess you always, with kids, you'll have your favorites. I don't know. You have your two that's favorite. They're the two oldest. So. And they're a lot alike. Just sweet, calm, just always the same. Never see upset.
I didn't know that Nana liked thin towels, but I did know that she always takes the middle out of biscuits, which I think, it's by far the best part of a biscuit. So.
I know.
Joy Roberts does the same thing.
Really?
But yes.
Hardee's that morning going to Nashville. We'd go in Vanderbilt, and I'd always stop at Hardee's. She'd get a biscuit, and she'd take the guts out of it. And I think
the best part.
They're just sweet people, and I love them.